students. Today in P block elements we will study about group 16 elements. Group 16 elements are oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. The atomic number of these elements are, these are the atomic numbers. Now the electronic configuration of these elements. These are the electronic configuration of these elements, and in each case there are 6 electrons in the outermost shell. Oxygen is the most abundant of all the elements on the earth. Oxygen occurs in free state as well as in combined state. Oxygen makes 21% by volume of atmosphere. In earth crust, oxygen mainly occurs as silicates, that is in combined form. Sulfur occurs less abundantly than oxygen. It occurs in free state in volcanic sites, and it occurs in combined form as sulfides, sulfates, Epsom salt, barite, galena, zinc blende and copper pyrite. Sulfur also occurs in organic materials like eggs, garlic, onion, proteins, mustard, hair and wool. Selenium and tellurium are also found as metal selenides and metal tellurides in sulfide ores. Now we will discuss trends in physical properties of these elements. First we will discuss atomic radii. As we move down the group, covalent radius increases because as we move from one element to another, one extra energy shell is added. And the difference in the covalent radii of oxygen and sulfur is much larger in comparison of as we move from sulfur to polonium. This is due to the strong shielding effect of inner shell s orbital and p orbital electrons. But in higher elements, the shielding effect of d and f orbital electron is poor. Therefore, effect of nuclear charge is more dominating. Same point I explained in my video of group 15 element also. The atomic radii of group 16 elements is smaller than group 15 element. As we move left to right in a period, electrons are added in the same energy shell and proton enters into the nucleus. Due to the increased nuclear charge, the hold of the nucleus on the outermost shell electron increases and size decreases. Now next is ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy decreases as we move down the group because atomic radius increases. The first ionization enthalpy of these elements is smaller than the group 15 elements because the p orbitals of group 15 elements are half filled, and we know the stability of half filled orbitals is more because half filled configuration considered as symmetrical configuration. But the second ionization energy of group 16 elements is higher than second ionization enthalpy of group 15 element because after removing one electron, group 16 elements also acquire half-filled electronic configuration. For example, this is an isolated gaseous atom of oxygen. After losing one electron, O plus ion forms. The electronic configuration O plus ion is 1s2 means half-filled electronic configuration. As we move down the group, metallic character increases and non-metallic character decreases. Oxygen and sulfur are non-metals, selenium and tellurium are metalloids and are used as semiconductors. Polonium is a metal but it is radioactive in nature. Why metallic character increases? Because the electronegativity decreases, atomic radius increases and tendency to lose the electron increases. And the metallic character of these elements is lesser than group 15 elements, and non-metallic character is more than the group 15 elements because as we move left to right in a period, electronegativity increases. Tendency to gain the electron increases. Now next is electronegativity. As we move top to bottom in the group, electronegativity decreases. Oxygen is the second most electronegative element in the periodic table. These elements are more electronegative than group 15 element because group 16 elements have a smaller size and just need 2 electrons to complete their octet. These are the electronegativity values of these elements. As we move from oxygen to sulfur, there is a much difference in the electronegativity value. This is due to the increase in atomic radius of sulfur than expected. But as we move from sulfur to polonium, there is a regular decrease in electronegativity. Now next is electron gain enthalpy. These elements have large negative electron gain enthalpies next to halogen because these elements just need 2 electrons to complete their octet. But The electron gain enthalpy of oxygen is least negative in this group. Because of the small size of oxygen, electron repulsion in small 2p subshell is large, and therefore incoming electron is not accepted readily. Next, oxidation states. First we will discuss negative oxidation states. These elements have 6 electrons in the outermost shell, need 2 electrons more to complete the octet, and show -2 oxidation state. But the tendency to show -2 oxidation state decreases as we move down the group. Oxygen, being small in size and highly electronegative, form metal oxides in -2 oxidation state, and these oxides are ionic in nature. Oxygen also show -1 oxidation state in peroxides, and in superoxides show -half oxidation state. For example, in potassium superoxide. In peroxides like H2O2, sodium peroxide, in oxygen, the oxidation state of oxygen is 0. In O2F2, the oxidation state of oxygen is +1 because fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. And in OF2, oxygen difluoride, the oxidation state of oxygen is +2. As we move down the group, tendency to show negative oxidation state decreases. Polonium shows only positive oxidation states. Higher elements of this group show positive oxidation states +2, +4 and +6. Because of the availability of empty d orbitals, higher elements can expand their electronic configuration and show higher positive oxidation states. For example, in sulfur, this is the ground state electronic configuration. In this ground state electronic configuration, sulfur will show +2 oxidation state. In the excited state, one electron shifts from 3p orbital to 3d orbital. Now there are 4 unpaired electrons. Now sulfur can show +4 oxidation state. Now in the second excited state, electron moves from 3s orbital to 3d orbital. Now there are 6 unpaired electrons. Now element can show +6 oxidation state. So oxygen, being small in size, can't expand its electronic configuration. So oxygen can show only +2 oxidation state. As we move from sulfur to polonium, the tendency to show +6 oxidation state decreases because of the inert pair effect. The +6 oxidation state is more stable in sulfur and least stable in polonium. The compounds of sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium with oxygen are in +4 oxidation state, and with fluorine the compounds of these elements are in +6 oxidation state, because fluorine is the strongest oxidizing agent and oxidizes these elements to their highest oxidation state. And the compounds in +6 oxidation state shows only oxidizing properties, means they can reduce their oxidation state. Now elemental state. Oxygen exists as diatomic molecule at room temperature, but other elements exist as octaatomic molecule, S8, like this. This is octaatomic molecule. Because of the small size, high electronegativity, oxygen forms p-pi double bond. The intermolecular forces between O2 molecules are very weak due to a small size of O2 molecule, and therefore oxygen exists in gaseous diatomic molecule. And in the rest of the elements, because of the large size, they can't form p-pi bond. They form single covalent bonds and exists as octaatomic molecule. तो मोलिक्यूल बिग हो गया, बिग होगा तो सरफेस एरिया ज्यादा होगा, सरफेस एरिया ज्यादा होगा तो वंडर वाल फोर्सेस ऑफ अट्रैक्शन स्ट्रॉन्ग होंगे एंड एग्जिस्ट इन द सॉलिड स्टेट. मेल्टिंग पॉइंट, बॉइलिंग पॉइंट एंड डेंसिटी इंक्रीजेस एज वी मूव डाउन द ग्रुप because atomic radius increases, van der Waals forces of attraction increases. But in the case of polonium, due to the inert pair effect, inner s orbital electrons are not participate. The van der Waals forces of attraction will be weak in the case of polonium. The melting point and boiling point of polonium is lesser than tellurium. Now formation of multiple bonds. Oxygen, due to its small size and high electronegativity, has tendency to form p-pi bond, but other elements form p-pi d-pi multiple bonds, and the tendency to form p-pi d-pi bond decreases as we move down the group. Sulfur forms stronger p-pi d-pi bonds. These are the examples in which p-pi d-pi bonding is present. The stability in these compounds varies in this order. This is carbon disulfide, moderately stable. This decomposes readily and this is unstable. Now catenation. Catenation power means tendency to link with its own atom. And the catenation power depends on the strength of single covalent bond. Oxygen single bond is weaker than sulfur single covalent bond. Therefore, the catenation power in sulfur is much more than oxygen. Why oxygen single bond is not stable? Because of the small size of oxygen, the lone pair bond pair repulsion is much more. But in the case of sulfur, due to large size, the repulsion is less. As we move from sulfur to higher elements, the strength of element single covalent decreases because size increases. Therefore, the catenation is seen maximum in sulfur. Oxygen has two allotropic forms, oxygen and ozone. Sulfur has number of allotropic forms. And selenium also exists in 8 allotropic forms. Now we will discuss trends in chemical properties of these elements. These elements form hydrides of the type E stands for element. Water is an odorless liquid and other hydrides have unpleasant, foul-smelling, poisonous gases. And these hydrides can be prepared by the action of acids on metal sulfides, metal selenides, metal tellurides. For example, by the action of acid or iron sulfide, H2S gas is prepared. The stability of these hydrides decreases as we move down the group because the strength of He bond decreases as we move down the group. Now next is reducing power. Reducing power increases as we move down the group. This will be the order because as we move down the group, the strength of He bond decreases, means tendency to release hydrogen increases. In these hydrides, the central atom is sp3 hybridized and they are angular in shape. This is the structure of water molecule. These are lone pair of electrons and these are bond pair of electrons. And as we know, lone pair repulsion is more than oxygen is sp3 hybridized. The bond angle should be 109 degree 28 minutes. Due to the presence of lone pair repulsion and lone pair bond pair repulsion, ये जो bond pair है, ये lone pair repulsion इसको push कर देते हैं, जिसकी वजह से bond angle decrease हो जाता है. As we move from sulfur to tellurium, atomic size of central atom increases, electronegativity decreases, means bond pair of electron tends to lie away from the central atom, means there is a less repulsion and bond angle is closer to 90 degree. Now next is boiling point of these hydrides. These are the boiling points of these hydrides. The boiling point of water is maximum because of the strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding in water molecules. As we move from sulfur to tellurium, the size of central atom increases, surface area of hydride increases, van der Waals forces of attraction increases and boiling point increases. Due to large size of sulfur and less electronegativity than oxygen, hydrogen bond in between H2S molecules is not possible. The boiling point varies in this order and trend in volatility is this. Now next is acidic nature of these hydrides. Acidic strength increases as we move down the group and this is the trend. These hydrides act as weak diprotic acids. For example, hydrogen sulfide ionizes in first step to give bisulfide ion and the next step bisulfide ion ionizes to give sulfide ion. As we move down the group, strength of EH bond decreases and because of this bond can break readily and tendency to form hydronium ion or proton increases as we move down the group. Anomalous behavior of oxygen, small size, high electronegativity, high ionization enthalpy, unavailability of d orbitals, oxygen is gas and other elements are in solid state, exists as octaatomic molecule. H2O is a liquid because molecules are associated to hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bonding is not possible in other hydrides of these elements. Oxygen show covalency of 2, but other elements show covalency of 4 and 6 because of the availability of d orbitals. Now next we will do oxides of these elements. These elements form these two types of oxides, EO2 and EO3. E stands for element. These are the dioxides and these are the trioxides of these elements. How the dioxides are prepared? When the element is burnt in air, dioxides form. For example, when sulfur is burnt in air, sulfur dioxide forms. Similarly, for other elements, when they are burnt in the presence of oxygen, their corresponding oxides are formed. Sulfur dioxide exists as discrete molecule Even in the solid state, van der Waals forces of attraction in between molecules are very weak. Sulfur dioxide has band angular structure and sulfur is sp2 hybridized. Selenium dioxide, in gaseous state it exists as discrete molecule and structure of selenium dioxide, but in solid state selenium dioxide has non-planar polymeric structure. This is the non-planar polymeric structure. The different structures of the oxides of group 16 elements is due to the reason that as we move down the group, the tendency to form p-pi bond decreases. These dioxides dissolve in water and form oxo acids. For example, sulfur dioxide reacts with water, sulfurous acid forms, but it exists only in solution. It can't be isolated. Selenous acid can be isolated and it exists in the crystalline state. And tellurium dioxide and polonium dioxide, they are amphoteric in nature. They react with acids as well as with bases. As we move down the group, the reducing behavior of these oxides decreases and oxidizing character increases. Sulfur dioxide is a good reducing agent because the +6 oxidation state for sulfur is more stable than +4 oxidation state. Now, trioxides. Sulfur trioxide. The structure of sulfur trioxide is sulfur is sp2 hybridized and sulfur trioxide is triangular, planar. Sulfur trioxide exists in the gaseous state. Van der Waals forces of attraction in between molecules are weak. These three bonds are sigma bonds. This is outermost electronic configuration of sulfur atom. Sulfur is sp2 hybridized. In hybridization, these three orbitals participate. Now, three half-filled orbitals are left. One is 3p orbital and two are 3d orbital. This half-filled orbital electron will form p-pi bond with one of the oxygen atom. This half-filled d orbital will form p-pi d-pi bond with second oxygen atom. And this half-filled p orbital will form p-pi d-pi bond with third oxygen atom. And this hybrid orbital, this hybrid sp2 orbital will form 3 sigma bonds with 3 oxygen atoms. But all the 3 bond lengths are same due to resonance. In the solid state, sulfur trioxide exists as a cyclic trimer. Sulfur trioxide also exists as a linear polymeric chain structure. Linear polymeric chain structure. Selenium trioxide exists as a cyclic tetramer solid. This is cyclic tetramer structure of selenium trioxide. Sulfur forms number of oxo acids. Sulfurous acid. This is the structure of sulfurous acid. Sulfur is sp3 hybridized and one of the position is occupied by lone pair of electron. Next is sulfuric acid and this is the structure of sulfuric acid. This is thiosulfuric acid. And these two sulfur atoms have different oxidation states. This sulfur has +6 oxidation state and this has -2 oxidation state. Next is peroxo monosulfuric acid. This is the structure. Peroxo disulfuric acid and this is dithionic acid. Peroxo disulfuric acid is also called as Marshall's acid. And this is the next oxo acid of sulfur, pyrosulfuric acid. This is also called as oleum. And this is the structure of oleum. Now we will discuss halides of group 16 element. And these elements form number of halides. Monohalides, dihalides, tetrahalides and hexahalides. These are the halides of these elements. These compounds are fluorides of oxygen because fluorine is more electronegative than oxygen. This one, this one, this one and this one. These are monohalides. These are dihalides. These are tetrahalides. These are hexahalides. And the highest oxidation state, that is +6, can be seen only with fluorine because electronegativity of fluorine is highest. And fluorides of these elements are more stable than chlorides. Chlorides are more stable than bromides and bromides are more stable than iodides. Stability of these hexahalides varies in this order. Sulfur hexafluoride. Sulfur hexafluoride is a colorless and non-toxic gas at room temperature. It is thermally stable and chemically inert. Sulfur is surrounded by a 6 fluorine atom and sulfur is protected by the attack of the reagents. Even hydrolysis of sulfur hexafluoride is not possible. But as we move down the group, size of the central atom increases, steric hindrance decreases and hydrolysis of these fluorides is possible. Sulfur is sp3d2 hybridized. It has octahedral geometry. regular geometry. There are no lone pair of electrons. In tetrahalides, tetrafluorides are most stable. And the physical state of these tetrafluoride changes like this. They should have trigonal bipyramidal structure, but one of the position is occupied by the lone pair of electrons. Therefore, they have distorted trigonal bipyramidal geometry, that is seesaw geometry. Equatorial position is occupied by the lone pair of electrons. Sulfur tetrafluoride undergoes hydrolysis readily, and tetrahalides can act as Lewis bases as well as Lewis acids. And in this reaction, sulfur tetrafluoride acts as a Lewis acid, can accept lone pair of electron from fluoride ion because it can expand its electronic configuration due to the availability of empty d orbitals. In this reaction, it can donate lone pair of electrons. Therefore, sulfur tetrafluoride acts as a Lewis base. In sulfur dichloride, the central atom is sp3 hybridized and two positions are occupied by lone pair of electrons. And bond angle is 103 degree. Bond angle should be 109 degree 28 minutes, but due to the lone pair repulsion, lone pair bond repulsion, bond angle decreases from tetrahedral angle to 103 degree. Monohalides. Monohalides are dimeric in nature and they undergo disproportionation reaction. For example, this is the disproportionation reaction of selenium monochloride. This is the structure of sulfur monochloride. The structure of sulfur monochloride is like hydrogen peroxide. Sulfur hexafluoride is used as a gaseous insulator in high voltage generators because of its inertness and good dielectric properties. Now we will discuss oxygen preparation, properties and uses. In laboratory, oxygen is prepared by the decomposition. Reaction is done in the presence of catalyst manganese dioxide. Similarly, by heating oxides, oxygen can be produced. These are the oxides of metals. Third method is by the reaction of water on peroxide, that is sodium peroxide, oxygen gas is produced. By heating potassium permanganate, oxygen gas is produced. Similarly, if we heat potassium nitrate, oxygen gas is produced. If we heat barium peroxide, oxygen gas is produced. On large scale, oxygen is prepared by the electrolysis of water. Electrolysis is done in the presence of some mineral acid. Hydrogen gas is released at cathode and oxygen gas is released at anode. Oxygen also can be manufactured from air. First air is liquefied, then the liquid air is fractionally distilled. Oxygen is colorless, odorless and tasteless gas. It is slightly soluble in water. Oxygen has 3 isotopic forms and 2 allotropic forms. And oxygen is paramagnetic nature. Now, chemical properties. Oxygen almost reacts with all metals and non-metals except some noble metals like platinum and gold and some noble gases and form oxides. And most of the oxidation reactions are exothermic in nature. With metals, oxygen form oxides. And these two reactions are with non-metals. Non-metals also form oxides. Reaction with compounds. Oxygen reacts with zinc sulfide, sulfur dioxide is produced. Oxygen reacts with hydrocarbon, carbon dioxide and water form. Same reaction can be given with ethene and ethyne. It reacts with ammonia, nitric oxide forms, and this reaction is done in the presence of platinum and temperature 500 Kelvin. Oxygen reacts with sulfur dioxide at 723 Kelvin and vanadium pentoxide is used as a catalyst. This reaction is used to manufacture sulfuric acid on large scale, and this reaction is used to produce nitric acid on large scale. Oxygen reacts with hydrochloric acid, chlorine gas is produced. This reaction is used to prepare chlorine on large scale. Now, uses of oxygen. Oxygen is used in oxyacetylene torches, which are used for cutting and welding. Oxygen used in metallurgical processes. Oxygen is used in the manufacturing of number of compounds, nitric acid, sulfuric acid and chlorine. Oxygen is used for artificial respiration in surgical operations. It is used in the manufacture of synthesis gas. Synthesis gas is the mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Most of the elements react with oxygen and form oxides. These oxides may be ionic, these oxides may be covalent, and some elements form more than one type of oxides. Oxides either can be simple or mixed. Mixed oxides consist of two simple metal oxides in different oxidation states of metal. First, we will discuss simple oxides. Simple oxides are of 4 types: acidic oxide, basic oxides, amphoteric oxides, and neutral oxides. Acidic oxides are the oxides of known metals. Acidic oxides reacts with water and acid forms. Acidic oxides all reacting with bases form salt and water. Basic oxides These oxides reacts with water and produce base. Basic oxides on reacting with acid form salt and water. Metal oxides are basic in nature, but some metal oxides are also amphoteric in nature. Amphoteric oxides, aluminium oxide, it can react with acid as well as with base, with hydrochloric acid, and this coordination complex forms. Name of this coordination complex is hexa aqua aluminium 3 ion. Aluminium is in 3 oxidation state. Its name is sodium hexahydroxoaluminate 3. The oxidation state of aluminium is 3. Zinc oxide is also an example of amphoteric oxide. Now neutral oxides, water, nitric oxide, nitrous oxide, carbon monoxide, they neither react with an acid nor a base. Now we will discuss preparation, properties and uses of ozone. Ozone or trioxygen. Oxygen and ozone, these are two allotropic forms of oxygen. Ozone is present in the upper atmosphere and it is formed from atmospheric oxygen in the presence of sunlight. This reaction takes place. Ozone absorbs the ultraviolet radiation and protects Earth from the harmful radiations of the sun. Ozone is prepared by passing silent electric discharge through pure, dry and cold dioxygen. This reaction is reversible in nature and this reaction is endothermic. Therefore, we have to apply silent electric discharge. Ozone is a pale blue gas and having pungent smell. It is slightly soluble in water. It is poisonous in nature. Ozone is diamagnetic in nature. Now we will discuss chemical properties of ozone. This is the decomposition reaction of the ozone. Decomposition takes place readily in the presence of catalysts like manganese dioxide and temperature 473 Kelvin. According to this reaction, ozone is thermodynamically unstable. This reaction is exothermic in nature, delta H is negative, and for this reaction entropy change is positive. As a result, change in free energy will be negative and high concentration of ozone can be explosive. Ozone acts as an oxidizing agent. Ozone releases nascent oxygen and this nascent oxygen brings about oxidation. Ozone is a powerful oxidizing agent and it oxidizes number of compounds. For example, ozone oxidizes lead sulfide to lead sulfate. Ozone oxidizes potassium iodide to iodine. Ozone oxidizes ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate. Ozone oxidizes hydrochloric acid to chlorine. Ozone oxidizes sulfur dioxide to sulfur trioxide. Ozone oxidizes hydrogen peroxide to oxygen. Ozone oxidizes potassium magnate to potassium permanganate. Ozone oxidizes potassium ferrocyanide to potassium ferricyanide. In potassium ferrocyanide, oxidation state of iron is +2. And in potassium ferricyanide, the oxidation state of iron is +3. Ozone oxidizes metals to their oxides. Ozone oxidizes mercury to mercurous oxide. Ozone oxidizes silver to silver oxide, and these are the reactions with metalloids, this one and this one. Ozone oxidizes antimony to antimonic acid. Ozone oxidizes arsenic to arsenic acid. These reactions are with non-metals. Ozone oxidizes iodine to iodic acid. It oxidizes sulfur to sulfuric acid. It oxidizes phosphorus to phosphoric acid. And due to its oxidizing behavior, it is also used as a bleaching agent. Ozone is used as a germicidal. It is used for bleaching oils. It is used for bleaching fabrics. It is also used for purifying air. Ozone molecule is angular and bond angle is 117 degree. These are the resonating structures of ozone, and central oxygen atom is sp2 hybridized. This is the resonance hybrid, and due to resonance, these oxygen bonds have partial double bond character. Now we will discuss allotropic forms of sulfur. Sulfur forms number of allotropes, but rhombic sulfur and monoclinic sulfur are important. Rhombic sulfur is also called as yellow rhombic sulfur, alpha sulfur, and monoclinic sulfur is called as beta sulfur. Yes, preparation of rhombic sulfur. Solution of sulfur roll in carbon disulfide is taken. It is evaporated and octahedral crystals of rhombic sulfur forms. It is yellow in color. It is insoluble in water. It dissolves readily in carbon disulfide. Monoclinic sulfur is prepared from rhombic sulfur. Rhombic sulfur is melted and it is allowed to cool slowly. The crust forms. On removing the crust, colorless needle-shaped crystals of beta sulfur obtained. It is colorless solid, soluble in carbon disulfide, insoluble in water. Both rhombic and monoclinic sulfur has 8 molecules. Acid rings are puckered, non-planar, and has crown shape. Now we will discuss preparation, properties and uses of sulfur dioxide. These are the methods of preparation of sulfur dioxide. When sulfur is burned in the presence of oxygen, sulfur dioxide forms. In laboratory, it is prepared by the reaction of sulfuric acid on sulfite sulfur dioxide gas is produced. On large scale, it is produced when iron pyrite ore is treated with oxygen. It is colorless gas having pungent smell. It is readily soluble in water. Sulfur dioxide reacts with water, sulfurous acid forms. This reaction proves the acidic nature of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide reacts with a base, salt and water forms. When sulfur dioxide is passed through lime water turns milky due to the formation of calcium sulfide. When sulfur dioxide is passed for a long time in lime water, the milkiness disappears due to the formation of calcium bisulfite. In the presence of moisture, when sulfur dioxide reacts with water, sulfuric acid forms and nascent hydrogen is produced. Due to the formation of this nascent hydrogen, sulfur dioxide acts as a reducing agent. Sulfur dioxide reduces chlorine to hydrochloric acid. Sulfur dioxide reduces ferric sulfate to ferrous sulfate. Here, the oxidation state of lead is +4 and in this the oxidation state of lead is +2. When sulfur dioxide gas is passed through potassium permanganate solution, which is purple in color, it decolorizes due to the formation of manganese sulfate. The oxidation state changes from +7 to +2. When sulfur dioxide gas is passed through potassium dichromate in acidic medium, the orange color of potassium dichromate changes to green. This reaction is used to identify sulfite ion in the given salt in laboratory. Sulfur dioxide also acts as a mild oxidizing agent. Sulfur dioxide oxidizes hydrogen sulfide to sulfur. Here the oxidation state of sulfur is -2 and here it is 0. And sulfur dioxide oxidizes carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide. These are the addition reactions of sulfur dioxide. It combines with oxygen to give sulfur trioxide. Sulfur dioxide gives addition product with chlorine, sulfuryl chloride. In the presence of moisture, sulfur dioxide acts as a bleaching agent and this is due to the production of nascent hydrogen. This nascent hydrogen reduces coloring matter into colorless matter. Sulfur dioxide is used to manufacture sulfuric acid. Sulfur dioxide is used as a bleaching agent for delicate articles like silk and wool. It is used in refining of petroleum. Sulfur dioxide has angular structure with 2 sigma bonds and with 2 pi bond with 2 oxygen atoms. This is the structure. Sulfur is sp2 hybridized and 1 lone pair of electrons are present on sulfur. And bond angle is 119.5 degree. It should be 120 degree, but due to the lone pair bond pair repulsion, bond angle decreases from 120 degree to 119.5 degree. This is the ground state outermost shell electronic configuration of sulfur atom. In the first excited state, electron jumps from 3p orbital to 3d orbital. Now there are 4 half-filled orbitals. In hybridization, कौन से orbital participate कर रहे हैं? These 3. ये lone pair and these 2 half-filled orbitals form 2 sigma bonds with 2 oxygen atoms. These half-filled orbitals, this one and this one, form pi bonds with these 2 oxygen atoms. One of the pi bond is p pi bond and the other pi bond is p pi d pi bond. But bond lengths of both the pi bonds are same. Now we will discuss sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is manufactured on large scale by the contact process. These are the main steps of the contact process. Number 1 step is production of sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide can be produced by 2 methods. Number 1 is by burning sulfur in the presence of oxygen. Second is iron pyrite is burnt in the presence of oxygen. Sulfur dioxide is produced. Second step is sulfur dioxide is oxidized to sulfur trioxide in the presence of air. This is the main reaction of this process and this is reversible in reaction. To produce more and more sulfur trioxide, what conditions we should apply? In this reaction, there is a decrease in the number of moles. Therefore, at equilibrium point, we should apply high pressure. The pressure used for the reaction is 2 bar. Vanadium pentaoxide is used as a catalyst. Reaction is exothermic in nature, therefore low temperature will favor the forward reaction. The optimum temperature kept for this reaction is 720 Kelvin. In the next step, sulfur trioxide is absorbed in sulfuric acid, in concentrated sulfuric acid and oleum forms. And in the last step, oleum is diluted to desired concentration. Sulfuric acid is colorless, dense, oily liquid. It is highly corrosive in nature. It has high boiling point and high viscosity because sulfuric acid molecules are associated to each other by intermolecular hydrogen bonding. When sulfuric acid is diluted with water, a large amount of energy is liberated. तो जब हमें sulfuric acid को dilute करना है, we add sulfuric acid in water. We don't add water in sulfuric acid. Now, chemical properties of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is dibasic acid and ionizes in aqueous solution in 2 steps. This is the first step, this is the second step. And sulfuric acid forms two series of salts. For example, sulfates and bisulfates. Sulfuric acid reacts with base, salt forms. Sulfuric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide, salt and water forms. With carbonates and bicarbonates, carbon dioxide gas is released. When sulfuric acid reacts with metal, hydrogen gas is liberated. Similarly, with aluminium, hydrogen gas is liberated. In this reaction, sulfuric acid acts as a dehydrating agent. When sulfuric acid reacts with sugar, black mass obtained due to the formation of carbon. This reaction is called as charring of sugar. Black mass obtained, that is called as sugar charcoal. Sulfuric acid acts as an oxidizing agent because on decomposition it produces nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen is produced, therefore it acts as an oxidizing agent. Sulfuric acid oxidizes carbon to carbon dioxide. Sulfuric acid oxidizes sulfur to sulfur dioxide. Sulfuric acid oxidizes phosphorus to phosphoric acid. These reactions are the reactions of sulfuric acid with metal salts. Sulfuric acid reacts with potassium iodide. Iodine forms. Now compare the reaction of metal chloride, metal fluoride and metal iodide with sulfuric acid. With metal fluoride, hydrofluoric acid is formed. With sodium chloride, hydrochloric acid is formed. But with potassium iodide and even with potassium bromide, iodine and bromine forms. Hydroiodic acid and hydrobromic acid doesn't form. Why? Because hydrobromic acid and hydroiodic acid acts as a reducing agent. They reduces sulfuric acid to sulfur dioxide and then cells get oxidized to iodine. And HBr will oxidize to bromine. When sulfuric acid reacts with sodium nitrate, nitric acid forms. When sulfuric acid reacts with sodium sulfide, hydrogen sulfide forms. Less reactive metals reacts with sulfuric acid and sulfur dioxide gas is produced. Sulfuric acid reacts with copper, sulfur dioxide gas is liberated. Sulfuric acid reacts with sulfur, sulfur dioxide gas is liberated. It reacts with phosphorus pentachloride, chlorosulfonic acid formed. This is the structure of chlorosulfonic acid. Sulfuric acid is called as the king of chemicals. It is used in the manufacture of fertilizers. It is used in the manufacture of explosives. It is used in the manufacture of number of compounds like hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, phosphoric acid. Metals are cleaned with sulfuric acid to remove any oxide layer. Sulfuric acid is used in lead storage batteries. It is used as a dehydrating agent and it is used in laboratories. Sulfuric acid has tetrahedral structure. This is the structure of sulfuric acid. This is the structure of sulfate ion. In sulfate ion, all the bond lengths are same. But in sulfuric acid, all the bond lengths are not same. This is due to resonance in sulfate ion. All the bond lengths are same. This is due to the resonance in sulfate ion. These are the resonating structures of sulfate ion and this is the resonance hybrid of these four canonical structures. तो बच्चों ग्रुप 16 हम यहीं पर खत्म करते हैं. आई होप आपको इजीली समझ आ जाएगा. तो लाइक तो बनता है और अगर आपने अभी तक मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए. ये वीडियो मैं अपने ऑनलाइन बच्चों के लिए ही बनाती हूँ. तो बच्चों मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में ग्रुप 17 के साथ एंड आई विल गिव यू सम इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस इन डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स. आप कमेंट बॉक्स में प्लीज कमेंट करिएगा. तो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में.